Welcome everyone to
Matt,
season
who?
9, episode 7. Daddy.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I heard the Matt.
We're ignoring you,
Yeah.
but we heard you.
Matt, who?
Good to see you guys. It's been a while.
It has
Yeah.
been.
It's been a while.
Since whatever.
Recorded a podcast.
Now I record podcasts every week without you guys. You know that, right?
Yes, we do. You record.
I
weekly.
record on Sunday, so it's fine. I'm still recording. I am drinking tonight. I have a bottle of the Winking Owl.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah. Some Cabby Cap. Ooh, what is that?
Drinking.
7 moons.
7 moons.
Oh,
I feel
must
left
be
out.
9. The daughter of the 9 moons.
Yeah,
Right.
drink.
In our world, real world, there's only 7 phases of the moon.
Yeah.
So
okay.
7 moons. In
Okay.
their world, apparently there's 9. So
There you go.
that's my nod.
Yep.
And this is my nut.
Is it the left one or right one?
That's a pistachio.
Was it the
So
left?
it's always right. Freaking
Nice.
baller tonight, eating pistachios and drinking wine.
Yeah. Well, in case you guys missed the Cosme Reads quick announcements, we will be starting up season 2 of Wad of Fortune in January. Before that, we'll be doing a Wad of Fortune, Jake and I, for the Mod Cure Talks holiday stream the first week of December. So that's about a month away. But we're taking some time off between seasons for me to catch up on things. I actually thought we were going to be late, and I was like panicking because I wasn't in StreamYard until like 2 minutes before, because I was trying to make an outro so we don't have to do the awkward, but I didn't have time to finish doing that. So we're still going to have the awkward today. Hopefully next week we won't. But then I saw the time, and I quickly jumped to StreamYard to see no one was there. So
I was all by myself.
typical Wheels fashion. I'm like, it's 2
No one
minutes to
was
go,
looking.
and no one's here. so yeah, that's normal. So next week we should have a new outro video or something. I'm trying to build something. Yeah, next week, not this week. I didn't have time to finish it. I was trying to put it together in 30
Getting
minutes.
better all
And
the time.
editing stuff in like 30 minutes is not happening. So it just takes too long in the film editing software that I use. So yeah, that's
Well,
that.
Alan, if you're looking for sympathy, I'll remind you what both Chris and I told you when we started this. As long as we don't have to do shit but read and talk, we're in. all that other stuff is you.
And drink. We will drink.
It's the
Right.
truth.
A few sips. here and
Yeah, and go to fun conventions this year. So JordyCon coming up in April.
there.
The
Yes.
hotel.
Are we doing that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, no.
I'm not
That's
scheduling any surgeries before or after.
Yeah.
So good.
That's why it sounds weird. My audio doesn't sound like it's in the right spot.
Okay.
There
But
we
yeah,
go.
no, we're doing JordyCon this year. After that, I think we might go to every other year after this year. So this year, yes, for JordyCon. Next year, we might do a different one.
Ooh.
So I might go to WatCon instead.
Ooh.
I'll say.
Out in Columbus, and then go back to JordyCon. We do every other year. There's also MalKirCon, but that's all the way out in Europe. So that's a little bit of a
That should be like our last year.
that's for last year. I'm thinking about going next year and
no,
making a
let's
vacation.
go.
Yeah, I'm thinking about going next year and making a vacation out of it. So my wife and I have been talking about it, like just start the
What time of
vacation.
the year?
It is in like September-ish,
Ooh.
like early
And
September.
Whereabouts is he?
It moves around Europe. Next year it's gonna be in Prague.
Oh,
yeah.
Are you allowed in Prague?
the eternal city of Prague.
Yes, I'm allowed there.
Bratislava, not so much, but Prague, 100%.
Bratislava, I gotta meet somebody at the border and go in with him, and then we're fine. By myself, I don't know. I think my picture might still be hanging up.
I know the person we got to meet at the border.
Yeah.
He'll let us in.
He absolutely he will,
He'll be so excited.
and no one will stop him.
Nope. It's great having ties to the
Good people,
Friends.
ties to good people,
friends, people that drive black SUVs and do certain
wherever
things
they want.
and wherever they want and don't obey traffic laws.
Right.
Yeah. Anyways,
I have a guy like that in New York. Eh.
yeah, they have those people too in New York. They don't have quite as much authority over there as they do.
Unless it's the one like with diplomat status, and
Yeah,
those guys are cool.
they're cool. They're Anyways, yeah, so maybe and maybe going to Prague this year. We're still trying to figure that out. Might make a little vacation out of it. A little big.
So I have to buy all of my tickets. All of
You
my.
got to
things.
double up. That would be half Munich, half Prague, all day long.
Well, I was going to. So the way it bookends, and
I
now
love Munich.
tangent. If it actually the way it works is I could go to Malkir Talks one weekend, and then work my way through Austria over to Munich for the next weekend, which is the kickoff of Oktoberfest. Which
Yeah.
that's a no-brainer.
Let me tell you.
which that would be
And you-
extreme.
And you're
my
bringing your
wife-
wife and kids along?
No, I'm bringing the kids, and my wife already ixnayed the Oktoberfest. So
She would enjoy it.
that
If
many
we could get the
people-
right group of people to go.
Yeah. Well, that and I was talking to our mod Zerial, and she was thinking about doing Italy, but I guess there's a lot of stuff going on in her neck of the woods. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
we gotta make it through the next few days, weeks, months.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Jordan Con, the hotel blocks go on sale this weekend,
Saturday. Yeah.
Saturday. So I'm probably going to reserve our block. You don't have to pay till you get there, but I'm gonna reserve a hotel.
Do it.
Okay.
And yeah, all that fun stuff. So see you guys in Atlanta in April. Any people who want to go with us? I am going to be wearing a costume one day. I'm doing the costume contest this year, guys.
Oh
I got my-
yeah, he's
I
got
got
a
my-
phenomenal costume. We've
Yeah.
seen it. It's
my miss-
Pretty
great.
sweet.
My Mistborn. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm wearing for Halloween too, but definitely gonna be rocking.
You got to get
He-
5 wears out of it at least.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
legit proud of it for multiple reasons. I know this.
Yeah.
He's brought it up to Chris and I a dozen times.
Yeah.
And Chris, have you
at least.
noticed every time he does, he tries to hide the smile, but it just slowly
It's
curls
there.
up. But he's it's that little kid. He goes, "Ah, I got the
Look at this
costume."
thing. Look at this mist cloak.
He's very
That is
excited
true.
about it.
It's very cool.
I'm happy
Yeah.
for you.
Even Chanel's excited for you.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. On my Cosmere Reads podcast, guys, Will's, I know both Alando and Will's wives because they have all come over and hung out with me and my wife. And Will's wife, the first thing he said immediately was like, and I got a misclick, get it. Like, because Will said he got a Halloween costume. The first thing she said, he got a misclick. I was like, yes, I did.
Sweet.
So super excited about it. Anyway, personal life. Last weekend, let's see. I went camping
Ooh.
for the first time with my son.
Oh.
It's just me and him.
Where'd you go?
Just to my church. So our church does like a men's ministry every year where they do like a son, fathers go camping, have a little bonfire, pitch tents, and it's a safe place just
Pretty
to
cool.
at least introduce young kids to camping. So that way there's a bathroom and stuff like that. It's not like that. It's not like
Right.
real camping, but it's a good way to get at least for the first time.
That's
We're
cool.
going to plan on doing a lot more family camping, probably next spring. But yeah,
Nice.
that me and my oldest went camping, and at 4 o'clock in the morning, he wakes me up and says, Dad, and I like groggily wake up. I'm like, yes, son. I don't have a tooth. His
Oh.
first tooth fell out.
Oh, that's really
Did he
neat.
swallow it? Did y'all find
No,
it? Or did he
I found it. I had to get a flashlight out. It was at the bottom. It was on the floor of the tent. I'm sitting there like
Awesome.
going around really slowly trying to find it. And of course, then I'm worried like I'm gonna lose it.
Uh,
But no, we got it.
so what is the going rate for the tooth fairy these
Yeah,
days?
did you decide?
$5.
Five?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just did
With
$5.
inflation
That's
and
a lot.
everything, that feels about
Inflation,
right.
that's a lot.
$5. I figured that much.
We
He's the
got
first of his-
change.
He's the first of his friend group to lose a tooth, so like we get to set the price for
Right.
everyone else. Because of
Oh,
course he's gonna
yeah.
go brag to all his friends about how much money he got. So like we talked amongst the conference of parents about the price.
Yeah, no, you got to.
so we're like,
Crazy.
all right, how much are we all gonna do this, guys? Like no one leave the plan because then they're going to school and like the tooth fairy gave me $20 and like
Oh yeah.
guess the tooth fairy doesn't like you, kid.
Yeah.
But it was
Oh,
funny.
Times are hard.
It's just like he was like it was 4 o'clock in the morning. He's like, so does that mean the tooth fairy's gonna come tonight at the tent? And I was like, no, she's already made her rounds for the night. Like it's about the sun's about to rise, dude.
He had
Gotta
been
wait till
playing with
next
that tooth all night long. He waited. He was just sitting there at midnight, just come on.
Yeah, already made his rounds. No, I don't have cash on me. I'm camping, dude.
Now, talk to your parent friends, but what we also did was if this tooth comes out and it has a cavity or cavities on it, it changed. maybe you get 50 cents.
A penny.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's smart.
Yep.
Okay. Interesting.
What happened there? But you gave him a rotten tooth. I don't know what to tell you.
Encourages great, encourages good brushing.
Mm-hmm.
So did that, and then we did pumpkin picking at a pumpkin patch on Sunday. This weekend we're going to my in-laws to go apple picking because it's the season for picking stuff. So we're gonna picking.
I pick my nose all the time.
Picking scabs, picking apples. Picking
I don't know who it
pears,
is, but there was this obscure comedian, nobody really mainstream. Somebody sent me their little TikTok blip on how he was talking about he's just so legitimately excited for his white friends because this is their season. He's like, I'm just once those leaves start changing, I feel that cool, brisk air.
Pumpkin
I start
spice
to get upset. I'm like,
lattes.
oh, let me get the hot, let me get my sweaters out. But then he's like, I always crack a smile and think about all my white friends. Just let's go apple picking and pumpkin spice this and caramel apple blah blah blah.
I promise you, it wasn't me.
I saw
I
another
enjoy
video
apple
the other
picking
day
as
where
well.
it's
I was
just
gonna
like
say, Chris, I'm sure you throw down on that stuff.
Yeah, I was about to say pumpkin spice lattes. I'm a basic bitch from the month
You're very good.
of September to January.
yeah. Jake sent me a video the other day about the apple picking, which was just so timely because we just had booked, our plan to go apple picking. He sent me a video of like a husband putting his wife and kids in the car and they close the door. He's like, okay, I don't have much time. He turns the camera. He's like, I don't have much time, but just don't do it, guys. It's just that, they're gonna eat all your food and spend all your money, and then he goes, all right, who's ready for apple picking? Opens the door up.
It's gonna be so much fun.
It's gonna be so much fun. Let's go. Yeah, apple
Yeah.
picking. So, how about you guys? What's going on in the world of Ian and Chris?
My
Yeah.
life is not as wholesome as yours. Like,
Oh my, how the
I
times
took
have
my
changed.
kids camping.
yeah, right. How the turns have tabled.
How the turn-
So literally, this is the highlight of my last week or two. I'm eating pistachios and sipping on wine. It was the most money I've spent on myself in a month.
Mhm.
And somehow I still find a way to be broke here and there, but it's in a
Treat
good way.
yourself.
The stuff I've been throwing my money at, new place. I got some, not really repairs, but some updating I want to do. So I've been throwing money at buying supplies.
Mhm.
Gosh, I'm dog sitting for my dad and
That's
his wife.
cool.
They're traveling in Europe right now, and they're loving it.
Okay. Cool.
And we don't have to go down this rabbit hole, but I stopped watching the news for the longest time. And then with recent world events, when I heard about that, I don't know if it's unhealthy or what, but I've just been watching the news 24/7.
Mhm.
And not that I'm wishing for any one thing. It's just my heart's kind of breaking. There's really,
Yeah.
boy, I hope people better and smarter than me come up with something because I don't see a happy ending.
Yeah.
It's just going to be
It's not
bad.
been pretty.
Well, it's already bad.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
where we should start. So, anyways, that's been kind of my life lately.
Okay.
Let's see.
Well,
We
enjoy
can
the wine
last-
and nuts.
Yes. Enjoy. Yeah. A little sour and salty
Mhm.
to end your night.
Yeah.
Let's see here. 2 weekends ago, I went and visited grandma in South Carolina, so that was fun. Had a good time just hanging out with the cousins and grandma because she's visiting there, and then chatting over with my uncle about building her a ramp. She really wants to get back into her house for Christmas, and then indefinitely spend at least a month every quarter at home, because she realizes that it's really sad. Honestly, I'm just say it that way. Like, nobody really wants to take care of her. And it's horrible because, and I shouldn't say that, they're doing the best they can, but my aunt and uncles are still like young enough where they want to have a life. But then they've got my grandmother who's 94, kind of like
Mhm.
living with them, and she's still capable, but still has to have somebody there.
And
Like,
do
she
they have
can't
kids?
drive on it. They do, and they're all like 20s and up.
Okay.
So they're like, and they've got grandchildren. Well, my uncle Gary does not, but he's
Right.
still working. like he hadn't retired yet. His wife retired, but now he works from home. He can travel whenever he wants. Like he's got money to do things, and now they have the time to go do things. So now it's like, we want to do this cruise, we want to do this golf trip, we want to go to Europe, we want to do this, we want to do that. And there's grandma there. And so she's feeling the pressure of like being the weight.
Yeah. Oh.
And it really sucks because, you know, everybody says, oh, well, you know, when you get to that age, we'll be the ones to take care of you. And then
nobody's told me that.
Yeah. So now it's like,
Alan, I'm moving in with you.
There are a lot of
come on over
to putting a ramp together in York County. So in anywhere they have to be ADA if it's going to be permanent.
Yep.
And I've never really looked into it, but I went down the rabbit hole for like 5 hours. That's
just don't actually attach it to the house. You only need a small gap, and it's not permanent. I'm very, and you don't need to. Well, anyways, we'll talk later. There's ways around it.
And that's what I was thinking. I was like, there's got to be a way around it. Like right now, we're trying to get somebody to come do it for free with a grant. So we're praying for that to go through. And if not, then me and the homies will be building this big ass, long ass ramp in front of grandma's house. And I even thought about going to the side or the back where people can't really see it. I've got thoughts. I've got opinions. Anyway, last weekend, though, we ended up in Atlanta. We went to see the Commanders whoop up on the Falcons. So that was phenomenal.
Oh, what happened to Chris?
I love it. I like how everybody in the stadium on the Falcons side, they were rocking their Matt Ryan jerseys. And it was just like old times. They just sat there and looked disappointed and cried in their Matt Ryan jerseys.
Dude, when I tell you, like, the energy was so, like, that stadium's enclosed, it's a dome, so you could feel the energy. When they got loud. And then, of course, as they were losing, it was like crickets. And then that last touchdown that the Commanders got, all of a sudden, everybody, it was like mass exodus. There's just red parting. And then just all you heard was the footsteps of, you know, souls being beaten down. Anyway, that was it.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Work is work, you know. They're good. Somebody's going to be acquiring through us soon, and hopefully they don't cut me. If they do,
they're selling. They're selling Trist.
Yeah, it was in the Charlotte Observer that somebody's looking at buying Truist. So,
oh wow, it's a big bank to.
I know, 10 billion. This is just the insurance side, but I didn't bank just insurance in general. So,
okay, yeah, selling it to a private equity firm, Stone Point Capital. Okay,
yeah.
Ooh,
so
Stone Point.
I don't know what's going to happen. So,
what?
I was thinking of Shell Point. Shell Point collects failing mortgages or mortgages that are very far behind. But Stone Point's different.
Yeah.
For a second, I was like, "Oh, that's a bad sign," but different company.
Okay.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see. Anyways, so you guys ready to jump right in and talk about Catswing?
Sure.
Okay. Is that what we're gonna do?
That's what we're gonna do.
We'll try.
We're gonna talk about chapter 13. Wonderful news. See, there's some good news coming.
There is.
Yeah. Yep. So Catswain is meeting with some sea folk.
Few folks.
Some sea folk.
Sea folks got demands.
Yep, they're demanding the return of their Windfinder Shalon. And Catswain's like, yeah, nope.
I love the fact that Catswain has this interaction. It's where everybody else has no luck with the sea folk. Like Catswain's like, I really don't care if I piss you off. I do care, but I don't care. I'm gonna do what I want to do, and at the moment, I'm not looking to return. It's like you can make all the demands you want, but I'm not gonna listen. So, yeah, have a good rest of your day. Like that was literally her attitude.
By the way, if you ever put your hands on me again without my permission, here's a list of things I will do to you.
She even demeaning. Your sister is doing this for me. Like, no, you're not going to disrespect her like that. She's your sister, and I'm going to call you out for it.
Yeah. What is going on here, Chris? Just about every actual Aes Sedai I've run into in this book, when they get any sort of pompous attitude like Catswain, I'm like, you dumb bee, I don't like you. Get away. But there's something about Catswain. There's something about her that when she does it, I'm like, gosh, I would just let you talk.
She's
to me
your
like that.
Catwoman to your Batman.
Yeah. And maybe it helps that she's kind of, I mean, she hasn't left the tower. Like she's still an Aes Sedai, but she's been away for a while doing her own thing.
Yeah.
She's the
So
oldest Aes Sedai, I guess, right?
Yeah. And
She's
very
the
much
G.
acting
She's a
independently. Yeah. I don't think there's ever been okay. So like
OG.
every new character, I have the moment and I'm like, maybe this is Semirog, you know, because that's what you do when you read these books. Every new character, you're like, is this the bad guy?
Mhm.
But other than that, I've never.
She's Moiraine 2.0.
Yeah, kind of an upgrade on that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that.
A little
I'm
bit
okay
older, a
with it.
little bit more wisdom. When
I'm
she
just
talks-
100% okay with
When
it.
she talks crap, I'm like, I bet she knows something. I'm gonna let her go with that. Yeah.
She's that cougar you want to grab you. And then
Yeah.
like, sure.
Who's just grabbing my beard without permission? Oh, it's her. Oh, okay.
Mm.
Well, you want to scratch the other side? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
As I don't have a beard,
Anymore.
it's
It's so
coming back.
sad.
Yeah. So so as all this is touching's going on, also Sorilla and Varen come in. Sorilla, I can't talk tonight. Sorilla, whatever her name is, some wise one says, tells Cat Swain that the last of the Aes Sedai are in the care of the wise ones. Asked to start the Dragon Reborn. Yeah, Catsman doesn't like it at all, not one bit. No, sir, I just don't like it. And thinks it's merely the influence of ta'veren.
I like Cat
so
Swain.
weird.
Sorlia is not the woman you make come to you. And she just Cat Swain kind of smiles about it, like, but she comes to me. And it's like for everything that she's doing to serve the Karkaran, like she wants more, and Cat Swain's like, nah, no,
Mhm.
no. Don't worry about it. And also, what could a red sister swear fealty to a man who can channel? Like she's questioning
Mhm.
the purpose all the way around.
Yeah, that is a
Yeah.
little sus. And the more we've learned about the Reds, and I know the show's version of the Reds definitely taints this, but they want. It's not even that they don't want anything to do with male channelers and think that's absolutely horrible. Like they just don't want anything to do with men at all.
Mhm.
The more we get into the Reds, it's like, well, if all the men just spontaneously combusted, they'd be like, okay, cool, world's better.
Yeah.
So it's especially odd. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yep, and Varen comes in with some other news. What is it? Bera and Karuna are getting nowhere with their investigation. Varen had a word alone with Shalone. Apparently, Shalone and Aelil are becoming pillow friends. Giggity.
And
which
they
is-
try to hide it, which was
and they
so
try-
cute.
Yeah, but the Sea Folk and Kyrian probably disapproved if it became public. So Catsman's like, okay, really, we're doing all this? Sorry. I'll release Elite immediately, and then Shalon tomorrow. That way, we'll just no need to make the CFO think their demands are being met.
Mhm.
Let's see. Catsway sees Corilla, a yellow sister, slip into the room. She has wonderful news that Damer has managed to heal Aragane.
So didn't we have this conversation that it requires a male to heal a female, and then vice versa?
Well, so Nynaeve healed
Barely.
Swan, yeah, but not to full strength.
Yeah. So
right.
we had that conversation back then that maybe it's going to take a male channeler to fully heal.
Top it off. Yeah.
And here we have this notion like, okay, it wasn't it a man that healed a woman? Isn't Damer a guy?
Yeah, yes.
And now she's better than she was.
Yeah, Damer Flynn. Yeah.
And they're like, the idea of a man healing that which cannot be healed was kind of crazy for them. So again, we know it can be done by both sources of the one power, but we realize that it's better for a male to now heal a female because we have the example of a female being healed by a female and a male being healed by a female being healed by a male, and we know which one worked better. So I'm glad we have that now, like, verified.
Correlation does not equal causation.
If you correlate a vagina and penis to a kid, there's correlation, there's causation.
That's consummation.
Yeah.
That's consummation and conception. You're wrong words.
I got the wrong C words. I'm sorry.
Wrong C words. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, they said maybe they should try it on the other sister that ran still too. And Catwing's like, yeah, it's all still just a distraction from what's really important. Yeah. Here's the interesting question. Someone says, I wonder if that means could a circle of man and woman make a non-Chandler a Chandler?
Ooh,
So-
that is a good question.
So, earmuffs to anybody out there who hasn't watched the Ahsoka series. All right, good. They've earmuffed. Now, does that mean you, Chris? Oh, Chris hasn't watched it. Anyways, so we have a master and a Padawan who had, from the beginning, zero knack for using the Force. None whatsoever, right? And normally, taken on a Padawan, you find at a very young age a child that has a knack for using the Force that already shows the disposition to be able to use it. In
The
some
Force
way,
runs
shape, or
through
form.
all living things.
Bingo. But this is massive as far as what's been put on screen. There's been other
sure.
things in books, but as far as what's been put on screen in these final episodes, somebody that had zero knack for it being able to be taught to harness it, and Ahsoka very earnestly saying what you just said. Anybody could do it, and
Okay.
we all have to work at it, sort of thing. So, can that happen here? I think so. Why
Okay.
not? I mean, what else then would make them unique unless it is something tied to DNA? All right, Chris, you're good.
You're good, Chris. Chris, you're good.
I'm back.
It
You
wasn't
said
a
you-
giant spoiler. It's things if you know enough about Star Wars, you probably already had an idea.
Yeah.
But
DNA, also known as Dana.
to know,
Nah.
yeah,
Dana.
I have wondered what constitutes a person being able to channel. So genetics would be a good answer.
Midichlorian content.
Right.
That's true. We do realize that
what are metachlorians?
the mitochondria in the body are definitely once were foreign bodies, and who knows how many different type there were. So
Yeah.
maybe there are
is the
real
powerhouse of the
issues out
cell.
there. Exactly, and maybe some of them power more than others, create magicians.
Yeah. Yeah. So as all this is going down, Jahar comes in and is like, Alana's unconscious and like she's not waking up, dudes.
Now, what caused that is the real question.
The biggest orgasm ever.
I wonder. I do wonder. Because that was like well, I guess when they married him and the bond happened, she got bonded too. Maybe it like stretched her bond.
Maybe she's passed out drunk because of everything Brigitte,
I'm
Avienda,
serious.
and everybody else
Yeah,
is drinking.
between that and the orgy, like she's probably just like mind blown or something else. I mean, I know what happens when. Never mind. I won't go there. She'll never forgive me. So continue.
I mean,
Awkward. You know what? No.
it's awkward.
That's awkward.
It has something to do with the bonding. I'm
Okay.
curious if through the bonding,
That's what we'll call it.
if Avienda or
I was thinking of another B word.
Min or Elaine were somehow able to reach out and do something to her to like punish her because we know they were pissed at her.
Interesting.
But we haven't heard or seen anything that would suggest that you're able to like cause harm to the person you're bonding
So
with,
dumb.
especially over such a long distance. And
Yeah.
But I mean, with that many people pushing.
maybe, yeah, maybe they didn't even intend to, but like just their all around
It's real good.
dislike of her and being pissed at her was enough to like cause physical
I
harm.
like your original thought.
Oh, what'd she die from? The autopsy report
She
said
smiled.
massive orgasm.
She smiled the whole time.
Yeah.
In fact, shit is still twitching down there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, her order says nothing's wrong with her. She just doesn't want to wake up. I mean, I've been like that before, man. If I drink too much,
Again.
Yeah,
I think the all around
been there many a times. I don't want to wake up.
but between the alcohol and the orgasm, that was it. She was
wait, how does her
done
warder
for.
not feel it?
He feels it. He's feeling great right now. She may have shielded him from it.
Yeah.
She could have blocked him because she doesn't want him to know all the stuff about Rand, so she probably blocks that part. And then
That's possible.
yeah.
Yeah.
So when Moraine blocks Land,
Mm-hmm.
kind of crossing TV over. By the way, we watched the last episode and never got a chance to talk about it.
Yeah. How'd you like
Didn't
it?
Phenomenal. Wasn't quite what I expected, but still phenomenal.
Yeah.
They did that in a very unique way. I loved the dragon snaking up the tower. Not quite what I wanted, but it worked.
But they're still leaving it open that Rand is not actually the dragon.
They are. There were a lot of
Yeah.
people on top of that roof.
Mm-hmm. And he had nothing to do with the dragon banner. The signs that were part of the prophecy. He had nothing to do with it happening. Moraine made it happen, and she knew what the prophecy was. So
Yeah. I mean, at this part in the book, as far along as we're going, we kind of have a feeling he's probably the dragon, the Karn.
But I think the show might mix that up.
I agree with you. I have no idea what.
And I wouldn't be
direction
horribly
it's going.
upset.
I have literally my mind created two different. The TV show and the book are two different things to me, completely. At
Yeah.
this point,
If it was a Egwene or Nynaeve in the show, it wouldn't. I think that would make for a good show. Maybe Elaine too, but they haven't developed her that much in the show.
Nah, not Elaine.
And then the one scene I missed, but I understood why they did it, was the Turok fight. I mean, having Rand be that good without any background,
Bruh. I mean, yeah, that was when I messaged you guys. I was like, for real, the one battle scene I've been waiting for the entire time, and they rob us of it. Like,
Alan made a good point, though. The pace at his development with the sword did not match what needed to happen.
I mean, they alluded to him having trained a little bit with Lan, but not enough time to, again, make him a blade master. I agree.
Yeah.
Because they did have that little moment where he and Lamb were kind of showing off their skill, and he realized that somewhere along the lines, Rand had remembered some of what he taught him. So that was there. But
yeah. Well, no. Rand had learned from the dude in the mental ward.
Yeah.
Anyways.
All right. Yeah. Hold on. I
don't think it matched up well. Like what Alan was saying, the pacing of where he needed to be with the sword to actually be able to beat somebody like Turok, they weren't in sync at that point.
I gotta show this. So apologies if this is taken down now for copyright, and also shout out to Barty the Red Hand because this was just amazing. So I'm gonna share a short that he made because it's just awesome. So spoiler warning, if you haven't seen the last episode and you want to see it, now's a good time to turn your TV screen or computer screen, phone, whatever off for the next minute. So I'm going to share my screen and hopefully this works. We'll see. Can you guys see that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Make sure audio works. And I know it's small because it's short, but you guys ready?
Yep.
On the oath should be protected, but cut down any man who raises the sword against us. The only thing that matters is the horn of Valyr.
Stand aside. I said, stand aside.
You people did this to her. The Heron Mark sword. Let us see what is required to earn the Heron Blade on this side of the ocean.
What you say? That you only meant well. You did what you say. What you say? That you only meant well.
Perfect.
I was like, what? I thought, you freaking kidding me? Like, I was that part. I was good until that moment. I was like, you freaking kidding me? What?
I love you did the SNL thing. If you ever seen an SNL skit with the guns, like
That's great.
anyway, perfect.
Anyway.
Perfection. Thank you, Vance. You're amazing. So yeah, go check out Part of the Red Hand on TikTok and YouTube because he makes a lot of those and they're all hilarious.
That's great.
All around the TV show. So anyway, yeah, so we finish out with this whole plot line and then move over
Everybody's
to
sitting and waiting for her to wake up.
yeah, everyone sits
How,
around. and
how
waits.
about that? You have the world's greatest O, and then you wake up to 3 elderly women sitting around waiting for you to wake up.
And they all been reaching into you with the power trying to fix you.
Mhm.
That part. There's
Mhm.
nothing wrong. Did you guys like
Anyways,
that video about the 5th door I sent you? Did I send it to you?
no.
Yeah.
Did you?
Okay.
But
Yes, I did.
um,
Okay.
what's fun would be funny is no. Who are the women that try to heal her?
To try to heal Alana.
Yeah. Did Cat Swain try?
Coralia, the real sister, I think, tried at one point.
And have these sisters been with men before? It'd be funny if they
I don't
haven't.
know.
And that way they're like trying to heal
They
her.
have
They're like,
no idea.
we don't know what this is. This is every time I almost like kind of figure it out, I just go, and then it shuts me out. I don't know. My mind goes blank. I'm like,
Yeah.
can't think.
So you ready to go for a little Forsaken meeting?
Alan, is that your O face, Alan? Fun times.
It was fantastic.
I hate that I just got a mental image of Alan. Yeah, well, yep, fun times. All right.
Good work, team. Good work.
Do you give me double guns?
That's time. That's time.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Imagine
Until
your
next
parents.
time.
I'm sorry. Good thing my wife does not watch this. Anyways, guys, are ready for Demetra's point of view?
Yeah, fun times. Fun times.
Yeah, let's go.
If she did watch this, the looks we would
Yeah.
all get the next time we saw her.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah,
next that Demon Dread.
Demon Dread. Demon Dread.
He looks like
Yeah.
he needs some fun time.
He looks like, yeah, he's frustrated. Yeah.
That's what they used to tell us before track meet. Like, just let some frustration go. But
Yeah.
don't we want that? No. We need you calm and relax.
Yeah,
Go,
that
let some
part you need
frustration
gone.
go.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He is, not knowing where Althor is. Yeah, and yeah, none of this other Forsaken seem to be worried about it at all. Like Grindel's just like, whatever.
He's
Yeah.
upset Simrog and Masana aren't anywhere near. They had such a delicate alliance, a simple agreement. He's like, will they turn on me?
Mhm.
Like, it kills me how this organization is so well implanted in so many different places, and they have so much influence, and yet they're all kind of out to get each other. It's just,
Yeah.
it's vicious.
They did
Real
so, I mean,
world.
I will give props to the show in that in the final season of
Oh,
Mageddon's.
bro, bro, like She's sitting there like the itsy bitsy spider.
Yeah.
I don't know what she actually said,
But it goes
that's
into that
something-
whole them always plotting against each other. I mean, Lanfear plotting it against Ishii.
And she's sitting
yeah.
in the dark, and she's like, "Yes, isn't that what you say? I'm always a spider sitting in the dark." It's like, "Wah! Gotcha, bitch."
Mhm.
Works in the shadows.
Oh.
Yeah, and that they're all free. But we
I
don't know how
literally
many are in
heard
the
Dave
show.
Chappelle in that moment. Gotcha, bitch.
Gotcha, bitch.
All right. So I keep throwing this around, but where is Semirog? And
They talk about this. They don't know.
wait, Alan, you're not helping.
Okay.
I'm talking about like our guessing game.
Oh,
I feel confident that she's close, and I feel like when it gets revealed, it's going to be somebody we've known for a while. I don't think it's Semirog was just kind of the last to be released and blah blah blah. No. I think she might have been here for a long while.
Like who?
I don't know.
Maybe Nynaeve is Cimarron. Okay.
No. What if it's Cat Swain? I mean, I don't think
Mm.
so. But that'd be crazy.
Nah, that I don't think at all. Cat Swain's got too important of a role to play. She's already kind of being set up as a main character
What
who's
if she's
going to
like-
lead Rand towards glory in her
Yeah,
own
okay.
way. But she
Yeah.
could be somebody close. I don't know who, but somebody.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't have my finger on it, but for whatever reason, I'm just feeling it's gonna be one of these. Pow!
okay.
I've been here all along.
Yeah, and then they're talking about cleansing of the taint.
Ah,
Taint. Yeah, and
I want to
just-
see your notes. Did you have that comment ready to go with that exact little video? Because that came too quick. He's just like, all right. And then when I read this line, press button
Button.
B. Bink. There's got to be a little pause.
Okay, maybe I'll be like, oh, where is it? Where is it? No, yeah, sure.
sure.
Um,
So I do agree. For the Forsaken, it would be dangerous for the male source to be cleaned up because then, like Grindel said, they would have no reason to really depend on the Dark One.
yeah,
It would be the downfall of the Dark One, essentially, and that may end up being like a whole big part of it.
so do you
Like-
think they'll maybe help him, like, to get out from that, or do you think they?
No, they're going to do their own thing. Like
Wait.
they're conniving. You might get one or two switch sides, but I think
explain
they're
to me.
conniving enough where they're going to be like, shoot, I'm free of all of this. That's where they're going to end up doing. They're going to run amok.
they've used the Choden call, which is interesting that the Chode cleans the taint. But I'm just throwing that out there.
All right. Well, before I ask my question, I got to ask you to explain that one. What?
It
What?
drips.
What cleans the taint?
The Choden call. They name it in this chapter. That the Sangreal that
Oh,
they're going to
that's-
use. It's called the Choden call.
Choden call.
The Choden call.
I am short, fat, and proud of that. And so, with all my might, I up, down to my appetite's delight.
Yeah.
I've never heard that before.
That's Winnie the Pooh, baby. The
There you go.
original Chode.
Yeah.
No. But wait, explain the part to me where if the taint is clean.
So right now they're dependent on the Dark Lord for their power and to not be tainted.
Well, so the
by-
Great Lord protects them from the taint. So
he's like the filter.
The male
Yeah.
Forsaken.
the male
Yes.
Forsaken is protected, from the taint, and that's why they can use the one power freely without going insane. Is because they
Right.
are protected. But if there's no
Tiny.
need for that, if there's no need for that, then they won't.
We
That
know
doesn't mean
Tiny-
that doesn't mean they're more powerful then,
No,
but it could release them to not
from
be.
their bond.
Yeah, they don't
Well,
have to
not
be
from their
dependent.
bond. I think they still have their oaths. They still take the dark oaths.
Yeah, but the Dark O's are Dark O's. I mean,
Yeah.
they can break them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
in walks Moradin and Cyndain. both of them come in, and that's when they bring up the whole thing about the Chirdan Call. They are the keys to that, and basically Argon objects, and he's Ergarg, and says like the keys were destroyed, and Moradin corrects them like thought to be destroyed. No proof that they were ever destroyed. Just
Plot twist.
we thought that they were destroyed. Yeah, and if he starts channeling that much power, they'll know exactly where he is at that point. So they'll find him, take him out, kill him at that point. And these are the orders from the Nameless.
Yes.
And then
Don't kill him unless
privately,
we have to.
Demandrin's like, okay, how can we get rid of Moradin?
Yeah.
I need to be made Nameless. Who's this guy?
Well, not only so that's the key. Who's this guy? That's why you got to get rid of him. I think all of them should be thinking that. It would be as much as they would be disappointed if they weren't named Nameless, but one of the other Forsaken were. At least they would know their competition. They would know something about the person put in that position to try and work around it. But like somebody totally out of the blue that is seemingly way more powerful than all of them. Like they don't know how to work around it. There's no way to politic it. They don't know the weaknesses. So that's more the issue. Like, I don't know who he is, so he's got to go. It's not just, it's not me, so he's got to go. It's not who he is.
Yeah.
We got to rally behind that.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
All right.
Next chapter.
Next chapter, what the veil hides. So Tuon, get to meet Tuon.
Tuon.
Mm-hmm. She's having her little morning ritual where she's shaving her head,
Quite interesting.
Shaving her what?
Her head.
her dome piece.
This is Matt's wife.
Yes, wifey.
No, it does.
We
It
don't know
does.
for sure yet, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
What are you saying? We're right.
No, we'll get to this part of the chapter as the chapter ends. But
Wait,
let's start with-
so Matt being with the Daughter in the Nine Moons, was that a min viewing or was that something that Matt found out?
that's what he found out in the dark, and when he asked the
The
questions
Viridian
to
Yeah, that's right.
yeah,
Fox.
Yeah.
Or was
That's
it
right.
the snake? It was
the
the
fins,
fox.
one of the fins, the elfin and the ephod.
Yeah.
One of the fins. I can't remember which one it was, but I think it was from the. Now I'm going to be corrected. Eelfin. The Eelfin are the foxes. The Aelfin are the snakes.
I think it's the fox.
I think it's the snake.
Yeah, it's whoever didn't give him stuff. So some
Right.
people give him stuff, some people give him answers. So people give him answers, told him that
Right.
you're going to marry.
Daughter of the Nine Moons.
Mary
snakes.
Rich. It was snakes. Okay.
So is the Elfin. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, that's where we found that out from. So yeah, so Selusha comes in as well. While they're getting dressed and have this little conversation. But her Damane.
I should have been more excited. We haven't had a real Sean Chan chapter to like know what goes on behind the scenes with them. So I should have been more excited about this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to criticize Jordan, but I don't know. I just wish our first look into the life of these people is a little more exciting. Like the only excitement I got was the end and going where she's like, and I'm gonna blah 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 because Daughter of the Nine Moons. And then I was like, oh, like that was exciting because I connected to, the thing with Matt.
Right.
But the rest, it was just kind of like, it's okay. I
Okay.
took some notes.
Yeah.
They're people. They got their own traditions. They've got their own ethics. They got their own way of doing business. It's a very strict caste system. There is no breaking out of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. And
Am I bad for? Am I bad for saying that? Like, I guess I
No,
was.
I completely agree with you. Like I had it in my mind that this chapter was only going to take us about 5 minutes to go over.
Okay. Well, somebody just goes, that's why we reread, Ian. So it's entirely possible that there's super important stuff being talked about here. I recognize that. And I try to find
Maybe.
it. The trouble is, you don't know what you don't know.
We
So-
learned that there's people called the Death Watch Guard, and they're protecting.
They're there to protect her. We
mhm.
realize that she's hiding out because she's somebody important, and everybody knows she's important, but everybody pretends that she's not because
Mhm.
she doesn't want to be assumed to be important. And then she realizes she has to apologize to her Damane because she was really bad to one of them for telling her the future. So Damane can tell the future. That was something I picked up on. Some of them, but
Mhm.
we don't have anybody yet in our crew that's been able to tell the future, have we?
They've had foretellings.
well, there were
a lot
there
can do
was an
foretellings.
Right.
Yeah, I guess that's true,
Um,
but they made
She
it
gets
seem like
tiny glimpses. I think the most powerful one was the one who saw the dragon reborn.
yeah,
Right.
but see,
Well, that
they
brain.
just it happened to them. This makes it appear as if they can do it by choice. There's a difference in having a premonition and telling the future.
Yeah.
Are they?
Or it
now,
seems
now
to be
remember
more
they are
common
now they
among
are
their community.
captive too. So and they are being tortured and beaten because that's what Damane are done. So are they actually predicting the future, or are they just saying something thinking that that's what they want to hear?
But wouldn't their handler
play
know
with
if
me.
they're lying?
Yeah, they would. They would feel it in the bond.
But they could convince themselves.
If they
That-
believe
that's-
it to be
Yeah.
that's
If
true.
you're being
When
tortured, you can believe
you're
yourself.
being tortured.
You can convince yourself that's true. Like that's
Yes,
100%
we've
you
talked
can.
about this.
yeah.
I've said before, you get bad information in torture.
Don't let Alan do that to us.
I should have added that under a lie detector test. You torture somebody enough, and when their mind has told them this is the answer they have to give, it becomes the truth. Or how many people do you know that? And we're
My
old enough.
sister.
We're old enough now.
My sister. I'll just
We're
let it.
All right, we're old enough
Perpetual
now
lies.
that
They
we've seen
believe
it
them a
happen.
lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
It could be a story that happened when y'all were teenagers, right? And they were embarrassed by the truth, so they revised the story back then, and they've retold it, and they've retold it, they've retold it, and now 20 years now, that is the truth. That is what happened. That's all they remember.
Mhm.
But you know,
Oh no, I remember
that they
my
full of
lies.
shit.
I remember my lies.
That's why. Look, someone
The
told me
best
a long
lie.
time ago. Go ahead.
Has a piece of truth in it. I have to remember all my lies to keep them straight.
Well, that's the thing. Somebody once told me. It might have been your dad, Alan. It was that saying something to the effect of, if you always tell the truth, you don't have to remember your lies. It gets
Yeah, sounds like somebody else said.
it gets too complicated to try and remember what you lied about. And I was like, damn, that's true. Sometimes I'd be juggling them. I'd be like, all right, now I'm talking to so and so. What did I tell them that happened? So I just quit. I just throw the truth out there and
I am a truth speaker. Everything I speak is the truth.
look at what it got me.
Yeah, there you go.
Everything's so fucking great. I'm living in the truth all by myself. People all around me are living lies, and they're the happiest motherfuckers.
I know. I have learned that maybe silence is going to start, and that it's very difficult for me. Y'all know this. Silence is going to have to be my new answer to the bullshit because, no, don't get me wrong. I've called some bullshit out, and I have seen changes in certain places, and they're for the positive. But I'm also at a point where I'm like, do I really care enough about this to keep on? Or maybe I just sit and watch the shit fall apart around me and make sure I'm good.
Watch the world burn.
Yeah.
Yes.
Here's
Give into the
what
dark.
I'm working on in here's what I'm working on in therapy.
Therapy
I-
minute with Ian.
I will see what's coming and I'll say, hey, shouldn't do this because of XYZ. And because I say that, they're like, oh, you're such an asshole, Ian, for saying that. And I'm like, well, I just kind of put 2 and 2 together. It turned out to be 4. I told you it was 4. You don't like that it's 4. And now I'm the asshole. Well, so boom, fuck Ian, he's the asshole, right? And then life goes on, month goes by, 6 months goes by. And what did you know it? 4 fucking happens. And you know what? They get mad at me again because I was right. So I lost in the beginning. I lost in the end. I don't know. I wish I was ignorant. That's why when people are like, "Yo, yeah, and you seem like a smart guy," I'm like, "Get that fucking potty mouth. You go wash your mouth."
I'm dumb. It's okay.
I wish I was. I'm trying to be like you, Alan. And nice try, Alan, because if I had to be on a game show and they're like, you get one phone a friend, who's it going to be? I'm giving them your number. Because all that
It's the only one I have
Random useless
memorized.
information.
right, you're going to know it.
It's the only one I have memorized. You're getting the
Yeah.
call.
Yeah. Anyways, I can go off on a huge tangent and get more specific, but that whole you could be so right, you're wrong. That's my life.
Yeah.
That
feel
is
you.
why I'm at where I'm at.
I
Because
feel you.
I was right. I tried to help people out. They didn't like it. I was still right. They got mad at me again. Like I
That's
made
why
it
we're
happen.
drawn together. That's all three of our curses.
Yeah.
Alan's just
Yeah.
been the most successful at shrugging it off and
Sure.
keeping it moving.
I should have
Actually,
adopted Sure a long time ago.
I had one of those moments like a while ago, like where actually it was last weekend. We were at the camp out, and somehow we were talking about like the fall of the Constantinople. It came up in conversation, which is kind of random. And someone was like, yeah,
Did you see the protest in Istanbul today?
No, I did not.
Ooh,
But,
hey, it's relevant. Anyways.
It is, but yeah, they were talking about the Ottoman Empire and everything like that, and they had their dates completely wrong, so I had to correct them. So it's like they're like, yeah, so it was like the 1200s or something like that. I was like, no, 1453 is when Constantinople fell. Get your dates right, guys.
I am.
And they're around the campfire going, Alan, that doesn't even rhyme. How did you remember it? It's
I
just
don't
a
remember the
fact.
exact date. It was I used to remember, but yeah, it's 1453.
Well, what calendar are you using? Okay, that makes a difference.
That does.
Yeah, the
It does.
Ethiopian
Are we
calendar is
Julian?
7 years
Are we Julian?
behind.
Yeah. Well, and that's the whole reason why
Are we talking leap year?
and that's the whole reason why the Byzantine Empire split from the Pope was over.
So
the
again,
calendar.
this chapter was completely useless. And
That
so
was
we've
my
been on
point.
a 10-minute
We have
tangent
really-
here.
But they get inside of Abu Dar. They come in. Yeah. Tuan wants to make contact with the Dragon Reborn and have him kneel before the Crystal Throne, because according to their prophecy, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, because the emperor may she live forever.
May she live forever.
Must have him to submit so that all good things can come to light.
Yeah. And then the daughter of the Nine Moons have arrived to take back what's theirs from the ancestors. Yeah.
Say hi.
So yeah. So Matt's wife's come back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There it is.
Yeah.
So apparently, whoever's in charge now, the Shan Chan wasn't always in charge, or maybe somebody died and there were multiple people that had claims to the throne, and the daughter of the Nine Moons or Nine Moons themselves, whoever had a legit claim, but they lost. Or maybe there was a coup. There's some sort of rift here, and this person is in hiding and in protection. So that's what the whole veil shit is. What's behind the veil? A potentially very powerful person that has a rightful claim to the throne, and they're going to dedicate their lives to getting it back. And they've got a bodyguard who's actually a seamstress, who's actually a pudding maker. I mean, what's the job of the bodyguard?
I don't know.
Yeah, nobody cares. We know it's a bodyguard in hiding. And every time they get their head shaved, they go, ooh.
Yeah.
Chapter over.
Chapter over. All right. So in need of a bell founder, chapter 15.
This chapter was solid.
Yeah. We get it.
I love that even this far along, Jordan can introduce us to new characters that we haven't seen before and still love them. Like this Matt guy. Who the fuck is Matt, right? And he
Matt?
just shows up and
Shows up.
you're like, there's something about him. I like him.
Yeah. So Matt's back. He's
Not
he's,
quite as epic, by the way. I'm sorry, I got to put it out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought we were going
It's
to
a
see
little bit-
Matt in a much more epic.
Climbing out of the rubble.
No,
Yeah.
this is a
Out.
few months later. I mean, it's just that's where the timeline. So he's
later. And Matt just being
It was
Matt.
such a boring way to rediscover Matt.
Yeah, but he's still being mad. I mean, he's still like, so how the fireworks work? Gotta tell me.
Okay, so that part was cool. He's like, yeah, I need the guild secret. Like, I want to know. And not only that, he's like, I have ideas for your
Mhm.
fireworks.
Well,
like,
Lucha's like, no, the guild. He's like, the guild's gone. It's destroyed. The Sanchin destroyed Tanjiko, which is your last holding, and there's no guild left. So
She's like, I exist.
I
so the
am the
guild
guild.
exists. And then Matt looks at her and goes, those lips sure look kissable.
Matt being
Maybe
Matt,
that'll
boy.
soften her up.
And then he realizes he's in a dress that in a hospital gown
Mhm.
where he can feel the draft. When he turns around, she gets to smack him on the bottom and squeeze his cheeks. Matt's a little biatch. Like this whole time in my
Is he?
mind, Matt was gonna be like this just awesome, like leader of the armies, and he's gonna. We had
is.
hope for Matt. No, we had real hope for Matt. You
Did
remember
Matt
what we
choose to be an F boy? Or has he been turned into one by certain women that
but
have
that's
taken
what I'm
hold of
saying.
him?
We sat here and we're like, Matt's gonna be like he may become the good guy to defeat the bad guy. He might have to go up against Rand and he'll win, or maybe he'll become the bad guy. Like we had all these thoughts about Matt, and instead Matt is like, I'm gonna play with some fireworks, guys, and don't spank my bottom.
But he looks at the fireworks and he starts thinking like a military person. He's like, well, those go up and they explode. I know you like to shoot up in the air, but you put them in tubes, right? I mean,
Maybe
I've seen
we
the
can
tubes. Can we
Angle it.
angle the tubes down? And then
I mean, Matt's gonna reinvent the rifle. Like we know this.
Yeah.
Or
So-
the boom booms, the thunder.
the boom boom sticks.
I see you have boom boom sticks.
But he's trying to find a bill founder. So he's trying to find something that can work with iron and cast metal tubes. So
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna reinvent the rifle.
The cannon.
Or the cannon that I'll give you that. Maybe he even makes the machine gun. Like some of his past lives were probably riflemen, or they were makers of said instruments, and he's getting the inspiration as he sees the powder being used for the fireworks, but he still has to get her to like cave, and he's like, well, I know one way to make you cave, but he's too cute for it. Like she can't take him serious because he's in a dress. I don't know if he's really in a dress, but he's in a dress, a sauter suit, a Saunters. That was somebody corrected me. What is that?
yeah. He's in his fancy clothes because whatever her name is, the queen,
Mm-hmm.
Thailand.
She pulled him out of rubble.
Yep. She pulled him out and she dressed him. It's pretty close.
Yeah.
Yep. So there's nothing more for that. So Matt goes and finds Tom and Beslin. Try to get a plan out of Ebodar. Yeah.
If this is what a Saunter suit is, I want one. This is dope.
It's dope.
Yeah,
You
I'm
look
gonna
one up?
share this. Like, yeah, this is. I would wear this totally.
You can share your screen.
I guess I can.
Yeah.
Is that something you do? There's a present button.
Yes. That can share your screen.
Oh, you should have not have told me that. Oh, shenanigans are about to happen. I didn't know I had any power on this production. You're laughing, but Alex in there going, "Oh shit! I shouldn't have said that." That's
I still have to add it, but yeah, there you go.
That's dope.
Oh yeah, that is fancy.
Yeah,
Look
I'd
at
wear
that. Oh man,
I don't look as good as that guy, but
man,
I would wear that. I totally rock that.
it's nice.
Right.
I'm not gonna argue for that price, but yeah, that's
Nah.
$100 for if it, I mean something I'm gonna wear in public. It's different, but
I mean, I'd be wearing that all the time.
I say that I spent like $200 on my Halloween costume.
I was gonna say, what did you spend on your?
Well, the best part, like none of the one pieces cost that much, but altogether.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Anyway. So yeah, Matt's back,
yeah, that's back.
and nothing epic happened. He didn't come back in an epic way. I'm really upset with this. I just want you to know, I'm really upset.
How do we
with
get
this
back
thing,
to the circus dude and we don't talk about his calves? Like, why are you gonna focus? You're gonna narrowly focus on his calves the last time we meet him, but now we come back and now we're just talking about how his wagons would make the Tinkers jealous.
Mm-hmm.
I want more calves.
Number calves.
Like, what has he done? But you say months have gone by.
Yeah,
Has he skipped leg day,
I guess
or
so.
is leg day every day?
He's getting that jail
like-
bod. No
Bro.
legs, all top.
Too soon.
Too soon.
Too soon. Too soon. It was the best of times. It was the worst. No,
It
no.
was the worst.
It was the worst of times.
The
It was
times,
the
it
worst
was
of
the
times.
worst. Anyways,
On that,
yeah,
on
it's
that
just-
note, I actually played my first game of Monopoly the other day without crying.
okay,
Ooh.
Yeah, so maybe I'm getting past all that.
okay. Did you play Spades yet?
So spades is actually I never truly lost spades. There was a little fear in the beginning, but it turns out I'm really fucking good at it. That might have been what between that and the Hostess cakes and the chili ramen that I shared with everybody, that might have been what saved me.
I remember we used to play.
Everybody wanted me to as a spades partner, so I
Ian
needed
and I
my
used to play it-
hands
We
and
used
I
to play in
needed my
high
mouth.
school, and no one figured it out, but we actually had like code words. And,
Oh,
we
yeah.
just- and so we would table talk
Obscure shit, yeah.
obscure stuff, and it was
Nobody
just-
would catch on.
Yeah, I mean, we just say like, like, hey, did you see Lucy last week? We knew that was Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, so we knew it was like,
Right.
throw diamonds, like,
Yep.
Yeah.
like we just
Dude.
having casual conversation across the table, and like we play as a partner all the time, just whoop up on people. It was
You're
awesome.
supposed to have that. That is part of the game.
Yeah.
It's not cheating. That is the
That
game,
is
bro.
the game.
Like you have that one partner that one look and they know, oh, he's about to let it go. Like he's about to throw down, get rid of your shit card.
Stool,
Like,
pigeon.
yep.
Yeah. Who knows that? Yeah.
That was
The
on,
best part is that moment where where like
You
you
can
get that
feel
look for your
it.
partner
Yeah.
and you know that they know that you know, and you just run that shit.
that was what we were playing.
Slapping them harder and harder every time.
Was that
He didn't grow up in
taboo?
Newport News, Virginia. Then.
Was that taboo with your brother and Michelle Covey?
Yeah.
Yeah, because she would just
One
say like
word.
one obscure word, and he would get all the words like in the entire
Yeah.
game. Like
They hung out way too much. But she goes in taboo. The word was pigeon, and clearly you can't say bird. You can't say
Can't
all
say
this
it, yeah.
other stuff.
Well-
And she just goes stool, and he goes pigeon.
pigeon.
And I was like, what the fuck?
Just
I'm not
immediately-
playing this with you guys anymore. They were destroying us. They were just like they were childhood friends that literally
Yeah,
did everything together.
their
So
brains were the same. So
they might as well have
just-
been twins. It was
Yeah.
annoying.
Yeah, so he actually thinks that what Vanine could steal, some of the animals for him. Thinks about that, reflects back to that, but he's not that quite desperate.
No, he's not really trying to get away at this point. He really doesn't know what to do with himself.
Yeah,
He's looking at his
he's got-
options.
Yeah, he's got Oliver to think about, and that kid's a straight up pimp player. Like
He's
he's
just
got-
dancing in front of all the ladies.
exactly. He's got
Yep.
all the women. Like Chanel's looking at me like, no, he's not. He is. Oliver is a pimp.
Oliver
Awful.
is just wiling out.
Huh?
It's funny.
Yeah, he's a pimp player.
Wait,
She's
what
like,
does Chanel?
is that?
What does Chanel think about Oliver at this point?
Hey Chanel, how do you feel about Oliver?
At this point,
A game
At this
recognizes
point.
game, man. Game recognizes game.
I think that kid's gonna turn out to be a dark brain.
oh yeah,
Nah.
Wait, did
No.
your wife a dark friend?
Alan's all excited. I got a buddy.
She's a book ahead of us, so
Okay.
Does she know that I think
Barely a
that he's
book ahead.
Birgit's man?
hey, did you know that he thinks she's Brigitte's man?
Is that what?
So Ian has the idea that Oliver is really Brigitte's man, reincarnate.
Oh,
Ooh, I like that. Oh, she tried to sell it.
Mm-hmm.
She did try to sell it. She said she
Yeah,
hadn't
I
thought
might be
about
right.
it.
I
Well,
might be right.
I don't know if
She
she's
would-
far enough along to know at this point.
Yeah.
I think we find out by the end of
Is
this book.
she in Crossroads?
Is that the next book?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's there.
I'm sorry. It's a tough book to get through.
Tell her
Yeah,
just
she's
go.
kind of slowly going through crossroads. So
Yeah, it's a tough book to get through. So Tom and Veslin and Luca and Oliver and company are around a bunch of women. Not an uncommon sight these days.
and Oliver's like, "Hey, I will show you mine if you show me yours.
Yeah.
Look, I have these dice. Show me your dice. Make them jiggle." And all the women love him.
And Luca
He's
has to
such a
leave.
good boy.
Luca has to leave to go give a private show to High Lady Steroth herself.
Yeah, Luca's enjoying her, and Luca,
Mhm.
you know, he's a little dog. Like, wasn't Luca supposed to be going after Egwene, or who was it? No, who was Luca after?
Luca's after Nynaeve.
Nynaeve. That's
yeah.
right, and Nynaeve's married now. So
Yeah.
hey,
Mhm.
hey, Luca enjoys his time, and that's what Matt should do. Make a best out of a bad moment.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, if you gotta be in it, at least enjoy it. That's my motto, at least.
Yeah. Yep. And what else happens this chapter? I don't know.
Nothing.
Nothing. Veslin comes in, observes his. Yeah. Doesn't like to like helping Matt get away.
No,
has-
the tumbling that reoccurs in Matt's head, so he knows something's about to go down. And at this
Yeah.
point, I don't think that's a good thing for him anymore.
Yeah.
The dice rolling in his head is definitely not a good thing these days. And what's up with
Although a
Tom
building came
and
down on top of him, and then flash forward a couple months, and he's just chilling with his peeps and living his best life.
you would think
So-
Tom would have left by now and would have found the others. Like, what is going on with him and what's the other guy's name? Can't think of his name right now. Anyway, why aren't they doing anything about the situation? Maybe Matt's right where he needs to be.
Yeah, why are they chilling for months?
But yeah.
Yeah. Well, Matt had to heal himself. He had to wait till he gets a little better. He got a little bump on his
I
head.
agree. Matt is definitely a hypocrite because now I hate to say he's getting a taste of his own medicine, but at the same time, he shouldn't be getting it this way. So nobody should go through that, even if they are getting a dose of their own medicine. But Matt is a hypocrite.
Yeah.
He's also trying to be a responsible adult and be a good father-ish figure to this child.
But the child just wants to go lay on the boobs of this chick to get reading lessons. That's all he wants
Trust me,
to
I get it.
do. I'm just gonna lay my head right here.
Oh yeah.
Gonna lay down for a bit.
I don't know why that made me think. Like when River was born, so River is 14 now. When he was born, a couple friends came over. I won't use first and last names, but it was Elizabeth, not our friend group Elizabeth, but
Yeah.
Right.
Elizabeth. I know what Elizabeth's talking about.
and so she's holding him, and River immediately just shoves his hand down her bra, grabs her boob,
It's like milk now.
tries to start pulling it out, like aggressively trying to pull it out. She's like, "Oh my gosh!" And I was like, "I mean, it's kind of what guys are
Just-
into
yeah.
their whole life."
Milk.
Whatever.
It's especially when
Yeah.
you're a baby.
Important.
Wait,
I remember. I
especially-
still remember River as a toddler, and I'm sitting there like doing dance moves. He does a dance move back, and you didn't tell me he had just ate. So like we're just doing back and forth, and he just projectile vomits like milk all over, like the milk vomits like all over me. I'm like,
Well, you shook him up.
and take your kid back.
Yep.
This is way for our kids, and I've had so much other body fluids on me that I don't really care at this point if a kid puked on me.
When you
but,
shake them up, I mean, you're gonna get something on you.
I mean, I've had 3 kids now. I mean,
It'll never
anyone
bother
listening to this
you
podcast
again.
that doesn't have kids, just let you know. You get used to it.
Body fluids
Body fluids
everywhere.
everywhere.
Yours, theirs, the
You get
cats.
peed on,
dogs.
thrown up on, you get pooped on, you get everything. It's just, it's a mess. They're little bundles of mess.
Yeah.
So
So back to Matt being a hypocrite. Yes. Why are you going to discourage some other dude, no matter his age, from being into boobs? You know, you're also into boobs. You have been into boobs your whole life. Like your first instinct when you're born is to cry, and the only thing that will shut you up is a nipple in your mouth. And that never goes away. On my worst day and the worst moment, like, I mean, I've had some horrible stuff happen to me, and I just never got right until that nipple hit my lips. And then I was like, you know, things aren't so bad.
Life ain't that hard.
Yeah.
Life ain't that bad.
I mean, it was a little hairy in the tent.
I could
but,
wake up
I
again
helped.
tomorrow.
I helped.
Thanks, Alan.
I knew you were feeling bad and feeling down. I just needed to help you.
I just wake up. What the fuck? You guys.
No words, just emotions. Just no words, just emotions. Yeah. So I start tumbling, and something bad's coming this way. And that's how we end this chapter. So, any thoughts?
Matt's
No.
back. Daughter of the Nine Moons. Favorite character is clearly the chick from the first chapter. Oh, what's her face? Emphasis on old.
Catswing?
Cat Swain.
Kitty cat?
Kitty
Okay.
cat. Call me kitty cat. Meow. Yeah.
Okay.
These weren't bad chapters. We've had some chapters, Chris.
Oh,
where it's
we've had
like,
much worse. Yeah,
it's
Rat
like
was falling asleep by this point in time.
it's like there's nothing to talk about. In each chapter, there was something significant given to us, but there was a lot of that happened around it.
True. Yeah.
Okay. Does Matt have a hanky panky moment with this fireworks lady?
Oh,
Is
he
that ever
will.
happening?
Yes,
I feel like they will, because both of them kind of
he
had
liked his
a little
bottom. She's like, if you were a little bit
winky-wink.
older.
flirtatious. Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly know it's not gonna happen, but I'd like to see it happen.
Okay.
But then
Fireworks, man.
it's also nice. I don't know if you've experienced it, but like that friendship relationship where there is definitely a playful sexual playfulness going on. And you
Yes.
both know that if you ever cross that line, like it'd probably be cool, it'd probably be great, but then you never do. But the playfulness is still fun.
Yes, she was at my wedding.
Right. Okay. Keep that to yourself.
My wife knows.
Okay. Yeah. Well, hopefully she knows, and she also knows that somebody in that category, like literally, you'll never cross that line. Like,
She knows that she would have been the one, if anybody. I'm blatantly honest with my wife. That's how
Okay.
we work.
well, that's okay. As long as y'all are on the same page with it. Yeah.
We are.
Okay.
I guess my point was that relationship.
She
and
would have kept
keep-
me in Virginia.
Yeah, keeping it just that would have been is still fun.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, now we're not that because then now it would be disrespectful. But
Right.
then
I was waiting for that follow through, Chris.
yeah, I
'cause
got you. Oh, it saved me. Throw
Yeah.
me.
we were gonna talk offline after this. I wasn't gonna preach like that here, but
So,
yeah.
Chris, favorite character?
Oh man, favorite character. I'll let Ian go first.
He said Catswing.
Yeah, if it wasn't Cat Swain, I'd go for that new guy we just got introduced to.
There were
Matt.
two characters that I didn't really pay close attention to that were part of the inner circle of the Forsaken.
Okay. There's
Um,
Grendel. That was there. Morden. Who else was there?
No, I mean they're not my favorite characters, but there were some more people that were listed that I just can't
Yeah.
remember.
There was Demodred, Grendel, Ergar, Oshagar, Morden, and Sedan.
Yeah. I mean, if I had to go with like absolute favorite character, it's gonna be Oliver just because your boy got game.
Yes.
Like, come on, your boy has got game. Like I thoroughly enjoy the fact that he's doing what,
What
he
do
does.
kids say this day? He has Riz. Is that what the kids say this day?
I guess so. I'm not up on it anymore. But
Is
there
some-
was
If somebody with the gift looked at him, is he Taviran? Because he's a little kid walking around thinking to himself, gosh, I'd love to bury my face into some boobs. And then he just walks into a room of women and they all go, oh, come here. And they hug him and shove his face into their boobs. And like, it just happens for him.
So I think
He might be Taviran.
Tuan
He might be a horny Taviran.
could be. There was the woman that like gave Tuan the whole truth.
The truth
She kind of reminded me. Yeah, she reminded me of Lenny. Is that right?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I
yeah.
kind of liked her a lot because she was like blatantly honest. Like, stop playing these freaking games.
It was
Take that
Aneth?
veil off.
Aneth was her name. Aneth.
Okay, I like her. She's probably my favorite character of the chapters because I like it when you're just blatantly honest and you're allowed to be. And I've been doing that more at work, and it's actually like been paying off. I'm sure it'll come back to bite me eventually, but I feel like that's how I want to live my life. I'm just going to tell you like it is. If you don't like it, well, too bad. And
Yeah.
she gets all the respect. So
Yeah.
I like her. She's my character.
I try to embezzle my boss all the time. Not really, but just,
Well, I would love to do that.
No, I was joking around with him because we had a meeting the other day with the CEO of our company, and he was there. He's like, "So my boss is going to be there, so make sure you say good things." He goes, "I'll say whatever you want if you pay me enough."
Yeah.
How much you want to
that
pay?
part.
You can pay me some money, and I'll say whatever you want.
Yeah.
He's awesome. He's amazing.
The
Give me-
best boss I've ever had.
Give me that money. Yeah, and my favorite character, of course, is Talanis. Thank you, Wadaholic Ozzy, for reminding me that that's always my favorite character. Talanis.
What is he doing right now at this point in the story? What is he doing, Alan?
I don't even remember who he is.
He is being amazing wherever he is.
He is in the
Oh.
snow trying to manipulate a bunch of.
If you loved him, you would know.
You would know. Yeah, isn't he with Perrin? No, where? I don't even know where he is. No, I don't know where he is.
No, he's with Elaine.
Probably with Elaine. That's right.
Yeah, he's trying to manipulate some people to make sure that Elaine didn't get attacked, or at least that's what we assume.
You know what happens when you assume?
Of course, he could also be taking the time to actually go find Matt, which is kind of what he should be doing, but he was told not to. So, right? Is it the same character?
Yeah,
I remembered the thing.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I guess if I had to pick a favorite character, it would be, I don't know, Aludra. I love Aludra. The firework lady.
Sure.
Silly fireworks.
I think she has a story yet to tell. Cheers to Aludra.
Cheers to Aludra.
She's gonna reinvent the gun.
Yeah. The
The
boom
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 sticks.
stick.
Yeah. Our Val and Luca. Good old Luca with his well-turned calves.
Nah, if we'd have talked about his calves some more, maybe, but I think he's skipping leg day.
Yep. Anyways, so next week we'll be doing 2 chapters. Just 2.
Peace.
2.
We'll
Yeah.
ask him again later.
Yeah, 2. An unexpected encounter. And pink ribbons.
Oh, didn't
Pink
we have that
ribbons.
one lady that like had the hat and that Matt was chasing?
It's the same
she had to
lady
make another
that had that's been like killing people, and it's all the same lady. Yeah.
When she leaves
Mil-
behind
Millie's-
pink ribbons.
Millie Skane.
Killed you. Shink.
Yeah.
Does she at least do the trick like with the ends of the bow where she takes the scissors and scrapes it across the ribbon so they get like all frilly?
I don't know.
Well, she should.
But those are our next chapters, so you guys can go read them. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So how it can be found? Is that the Will Reads or thewillreads.com? The website does work. Chris, the website works.
Awesome.
You can
There's
share it
actually
again.
a huge group getting together. They just finished reading / listening to the first book, so that's happening tomorrow night. So I'm gonna hop in and I'm gonna like
plug the crap out of it.
Apologize for our technical difficulties that
Well,
they're going to experience for at least.
Well,
6
they'll
more
be jumping
books.
in on book 2. So
Oh, book 2 is still bad. No, we were bad for like a year and a half. And,
Well,
and
I
actually,
was
no,
on that
I
boat
just like
for
to
a
say, like,
minute.
we were bad to like. No, we're still bad. I can't even say
Yeah.
like we got. Like, it's still just as bad. But the other day I messed up and I put like the intro in the middle of the episode because I did. So like it's. I wouldn't fixed it, but it was like it had been running for like 2 days, and finally someone sent me a message and said like, "Oh yeah, Alan, by the way, like in the middle of the episode, just started doing the intro," and I was like, you guys can tell me something." You know, so anyone listening tonight, if you listen to our podcast, or anyone who listens to this podcast come out and listens this far in and hasn't turned it off yet, if you hear a mess up, please message me right away. I often am either dead tired when I'm actually doing my editing or putting these things out. A lot of times I'm doing it on my cell phone as I'm driving, which I shouldn't be doing. I'm like, oh yeah, just go ahead and publish it now. So if there are errors, please let me know. I can be contacted at thewheelreads@gmail.com or on any social media or on Discord, which you can find links
yeah,
for on our
you're
website.
active on X, so
Yeah. I'm on X, Twitter. You can Facebook message me too. Actually, if you Facebook message, you'll get to Ian and Chris too, because they actually have ability to see all those notifications.
yeah, we do.
I reply to those.
Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, go check out our merch, Patreon, support us, all that cool stuff. Review us, like this video, subscribe, all that good stuff. The algorithm gods love that stuff. It makes for more people to find us. And that's all I got for this week. So
Until next time.